Warning: this video contains spoilers. If you don't want to be spoiled, please click off the video. Anyways, enjoy.
Alright, well, I recently found out that I'm a stupid idiot because no one told me that you can get the same endings between the original game and the Ultra Deluxe. That proves I'm a stupid idiot. So, yeah. Yeah, no one told me that. Please enter the current time. Today's Star Wars Day at the time of recording this. I'm gonna... 4:50... Or 3 chars, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. There we go. Hang on. Before we get started, can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. A lot of people, let's just set the clock at 12 and call it a day. You're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know, and you're paying attention. I don't have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. If it's not the correct time, you earned it. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Show subtitle size. Player data. Invert Y. Alright. The Panly Stareable Ultra Deluxe credits. Okay. Yeah, Kevin Brighting is the narrator. Discord.gg/crows. Alright. Ever the end is never the end is never the end is loading Nev. Alright, click to skip.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly.
Wait, what the heck? It's a floating
Stanley
office.
Was happy.
In the void. In the grey void.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Yes.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Welcome back. Achievement unlocked. Get your first achievement.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay. I just turned off someone's computer. Alright. You know what? Turn that off. There we go. Turn that off. Let's see. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Can I turn off my computer? I can't do that. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There we go. Why can't I open doors? You can't jump.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah. 411. What the heck is this?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss.
Okay, wait. This is the Ultra Deluxe. Come on, there has to be something different. Please. Come on.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yeah,
what
yes,
could it mean?
yes. We heard it all.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where's the... Where... I don't...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Wait, there's something over there.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
So, I'm gonna try and get any endings that I have not gotten last.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
The heck is this?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Thank you for the calming New Age music, thank you. Very nice. Very nice.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Why is it dark? Okay. Why there's an up button? Was that in the other game? I have no idea. Alright, here we go. Loading. Whoa.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now? when for years it had never occurred to him. This question would not go unanswered for long.
If I go back up.
Whoops, nope, never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
I just want to screw with the narrator. Ever the end is never the end is never the end is loading. I couldn't, whatever that said. Okay. I can't go back down.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again.
Yep.
This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Alright, go down.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
I don't know. Alright, here we go. Yeah, we're back. Yeah, let's go back up.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it the boss's office or is it the boss's office? What do you guys think? Alright, here we go. I'm going to reveal the correct answer in 3, 2, 1. The correct answer is the boss's office.
Oh my god. It's the boss's office.
It's the boss's office.
This absolutely changes everything for me.
Yeah, it does.
Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
We got a little Drinky Bird. Stanley Parable, please hold. Okay. Yep. Very nice. Yep.
Okay, I'm ready.
Yep.
I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I need more time to process.
Oh, come on! Really? You're gonna do that to me? Why?
All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley. Of course, going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Alright. Yeah, how about we don't? Yep. Going back up.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment.
What?
Don't you realize? It's the anticipation,
Why?
Stanley.
Why you gotta do that?
You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow?
Okay.
There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know,
Can we go
Stanley,
just a
it
little
seems
bit
like
faster,
nowadays
please?
the only thing that audiences
Please,
want
this
is
is
to be
taking too
shocked as
long.
loudly and frequently as
Please, I
possible.
don't care what
they
you're
want
saying,
big,
just-
explosive moments flung right in their
Please.
faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the
Why?
tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story? The
Where's the
characters?
speed for the
Why
elevator,
aren't we
huh?
given
Ever thought
time to
about
imagine
that?
the surprises? To have to think and to
I mean, if
anticipate
this happened in
and
real
then
life,
to
the elevator
marvel
was
at
going
the
real
eventual
slow,
reveal.
I would just take the
This
stairs.
is storytelling,
Like, after I got
Stanley.
off, and then I
What
was
you
about
and
to
I
leave,
are
I would
doing
just take
right
the
now.
stairs.
This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years, and it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it.
Sounds
This
about
is
right.
unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to
Okay.
think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're
Okay.
being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley, because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why, though I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you, so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know
Really?
if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh, good, we're here.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, I zoned out.
Okay, the room where we're
Sorry, I was distracted. What is
holding the
this?
press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
The guy who went to Mars. All eyes on Stanley, 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 Stanley. Okay, are we gonna meet Stanley, 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 Stanley? Is that who we're gonna meet stage door?
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
Is it just me or did that door make a Minecraft door sound? The Stanley Parable is Stanley. Live on stage. The man, the process, the myth, the legend, the parable is Stanley from the Stanley Parable tonight live on stage. The cool and with world's first sentient machine. An evening with world peace, baby. Shut up, shut up,
Right, are you ready?
shut up, Gus mod. I keep forgetting to turn this off. There you go, I think I fixed it.
I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley.
Okay,
Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get them.
alright. What is this? What the heck? Stanley, 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 Stanley. What is that? I can't read that. It's right, yeah, hi guys, what is happening? What the heck? Ever the end is never the end is never the end is loading Nev. Oh, I guess I was all a dream. Okay, yeah. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What is it? What is that? What's that? Right there. What? How do you even get over there? What is that?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his
Okay,
left.
hold
This
on.
was not the correct way to the meeting
Hold
room,
on.
and Stanley
Was
knew
that-
it perfectly
was-
well.
wait.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the
Shut up.
employee lounge first,
Shut up,
just to
please.
admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What a beauty. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Where is... Alright, you know what? I'll be right back. I'm gonna get all the other endings that I got from previous video. So yeah, I'll be right back. Alright.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work.
Oh, sorry, I forgot my mic was off.
The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
Thank you for the recorded message. I guess so that doesn't really count as an ending. If I try turning everyone's computers off, what happens if I do that? What if I just like turn them off? Turn that off. That's not what. Why? Wait, did I just see the... Wait. New content.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
I guess I'm going through the new content. Ever the end is never the... I couldn't read the rest. Okay. Guess it's a ride that I'm
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Okay. Alright.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Alright, yep. I'm gonna go in this thing.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
There's no buttons on this elevator I can screw around with. Why isn't it moving?
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
I don't own the content. What is that? The jump circle.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Press space. I can't really jump out of... I'm just gonna keep... Yep. Alright, thank you for the jumps.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator.
Yep.
Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley
Prove it.
Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes.
All right. What
I
is
knew
this?
there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
Okay.
It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really
Another
about.
resetting ending.
No frills, no gimmicks.
Okay.
Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Ever the end is never the end is never the end is loading, Nev. Alright. Okay, that's different. Yep.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
Is he just invisible? How about we don't?
Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
Alright, I'm going... Hey, the doors aren't closing. Wait, what?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Wait, did I just... Wait.
Yet there was not a single...
Wait, if I restart it, does that... Does that just... No, it doesn't. I have... Okay.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
Yeah, I think the narrator is just invisible. He somehow opened that vent up. And we're venting.
You remember how
We're venting!
cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Okay. Unachievable. It is impossible. Also, am I invisible? I have no reflection. Okay. Ah, yes, the Stanley Parable demonstration. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. New game releasing today. Creator surprisingly down to earth. Wait, did that say earth? Down to earth. Stanley Parable deals tough choices. Okay. Can we just... Nope, we can't. Okay, what is this?
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes,
Okay.
and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing.
Oh.
It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Wait, what's down here? Maintenance. Okay, go there. The original remake.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone. To spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Yep, I remember that. What is the serious room? I can't seem to go into the serious room. The top 10 memories. It's the game.
These were simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again.
Yeah, I'm going over here.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Probably, yet not recommended.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm a trap.
Unfunny!
Trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
What? Oh, there's a van. I almost called it a truck, but it's a van because I almost called it a truck because I'm stupid. Oh, hey.
Let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. To be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down.
Hey, is that
Perhaps
a good
the
review?
Stanley
That's a
Parable
good
isn't
review.
quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Blue. Here we go.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything
Oh my god, the narrator said doot.
so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well,
Oh, goodbye.
yes.
Goodbye, negative
Yes, I think we
review.
can do that. If
It
I'm truly too
drowned.
preachy, then
Well,
maybe
it's still
letting you skip
technically
ahead
there,
for just a
but-
moment, surely
okay.
it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley
Where's the
Parable. That's my
subtitles?
motto
Come
today,
on.
and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Alright. Oh. Wait, what? What? Oh, it's the void now. Alright, skip button.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone.
What?
I've looked
Where
at it
did
from
the
every
door
angle.
go?
I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and oh, Stanley, you're back.
Oh,
You're back.
no, the power went out.
Goodness, I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time, just...
I don't care.
Oh, hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. Okay. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year.
Wait,
have you
what?
ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down.
Don't care. Oh. Guess he finally died. Where's the light coming from? I don't see the... What? Am I the light? Oh, the skip button. Even though he's not talking and I'm... Where the heck is the light coming from? Is it coming from the button? Skip. What? Is that a heart rate monitor? Is the narrator about to die? Oh, so I can... Oh. Where's this light coming from? Are there lights underneath the floor? Shut up!
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of a...
Yeah, I think the narrator's dead. think he finally died.
The end is never the end, 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 is never
That's what it said on the loading screen.
Is never the end, 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 is never the end,
Thank you.
is never the end, is never the
Yep.
end, is never the end, is never the end,
Yep.
is never the end, is never the end, is never
Yep,
the
got it.
end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
I'm gaining
is
IQ
never
from
the
this, thank
end,
you.
Is never the end, is never the
Yep.
end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the
Yep.
end, is never the end,
Yep.
is never the.
Yes, I understood that perfectly. Watch, when I press it again, he's gonna start talking. Because every 2 skips he talks. Oh no. And the place is starting to fall apart. Oh hey, did he actually die? Now that I said that, he's probably gonna come back. What? Oh. Yeah, how about we skip to the good part? Let's see. Oh. There's a garden here. Or... Alright, what the heck is this? Yeah, there's no way getting out of this, so how about we skip that? Oh, it's gone. Yep. I think this has turned into a horror game. I don't know what I just got myself into, but I got myself into it. There's a weird alert now. Guess someone must have cut the weeds, you know? Okay, I skip that. Okay. What? Oh. Wait, what? Alright, oh, the skip button is no longer... Okay, what's out here? What the heck? Am I in a desert now? What the heck? Okay. What's up with the music, huh? I mean, the sky's up. Very funny. But no, seriously, what the heck? Okay. Okay, seriously, like, where am I supposed to go? Okay, I'm dead. Guess I just died. Okay. Yeah, look at that. That's what he said. Okay. And I'm back.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
New content. Wait.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Wait, you put that sign there? Wait a minute. Is this different? Oh, yep, it's different. Okay. Alright. Is it gonna be like the demo where it all gone wrong? Or like, what are we talking here? Like,
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take
going
it
up so
one
fast.
step even
Why
further.
did...
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
The Stanley Parable 2! That's right. The Stanley Parable 2.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Wait, I'm guessing this is 2 in different languages? Alright.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
Man.
Ultra Deluxe?
Man, no wonder why I see all these videos on YouTube saying the Stanley Parable 2. It's because this.
What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Nice little, Google, what's it called again? Presentation screenshot. Okay, 2 halves of a brain. Wait, is this the correct? Oh, 2 which is 2 backwards.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be.
4, 2,
but
7,
let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it.
2.
I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
What the heck? 2, new features. New content. Wait. Oh, I have to. Yep, 2. Expo Hall 2. Yeah, 2, I forgot what that's called. I've seen people stand in front of that and take pictures, but I don't remember what it's called. I forgot.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
This is like the demo, isn't it? Say that says the name of the player that is playing the game.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Alright, name.
Jim. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take...
I knew it wasn't gonna work.
Take a deep breath, clear your...
I thought it was gonna call me by my Steam username, but nope, it just called me Jim.
Your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
No.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Okay. That's yours. Dude, you should have shown me this whenever you were finished with it.
Jim. Yes, you see? What a thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
I like that little laugh there. Try it here.
Jim. Oh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Okay. Don't you dare change your mind on me the second I walk out those doors. Don't close the button and say, actually, you know what? Let's press it a few more times. Don't do it. Okay, you didn't do it.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley
Parable 2. Hey, look at that! I
2.
spotted the odd one out.
That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Look at that. Epilogue. What's in the epilogue, huh? Infinite hole. What is that? Collectibles. Free new plus easy achievement. Okay, free achievement. Get it here. The Stanley Parable 2. It just works. No more steps, it just works.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken
Is this the Stanley Parable 2 demonstration? Is that what this is?
test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm
Okay.
developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen. What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
22.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
What? Can I only pick one? Come on. Get well someday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
I mean, yeah, that's me whenever I
Or
can.
actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
Yes, it's the Unats out Barap. Exclusive, the button that says Jim. That's Jim. You heard Jim in the game. You heard Jim in the game. Two. Enjoy the new features. Look at that. I spotted the odd one out. No, please, no screenshots. Please, no screenshots. A whole new office. I'm not gonna screenshot that. Guys, screenshot it while you have the chance. They won't know. The new updated ray trace more, but the sequel to the... The new updated ray traced, but more of the same, but in a good way, sequel to the... New features, new content, new ideas. Jump circle, wait. We already did the jump circle. Infinite hole. What's the infinite hole? That's new. What is that? What is that? Can you find them? Can you find them? Can you find them? Can you find them? What the heck is that?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2,
Wait.
you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them.
Okay.
I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Okay, alright. Yeah, give me that. Whoa. All the other hands. Yay! Wait, there's a 6. Oh. Okay. Collect them all. You sure about
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Okay, what's over here? The infinite hole. Please, no screenshots. I think I've already went in there. What's in the infinite hole? Opening, rim, surrounding area, depth, infinite. Where is it? I don't see it. Oh, it's in here. Wait, is it in here? Oh, yeah, there it is.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
This is like that one Roblox game called Bottomless Pit. Here we go. Yep.
You see, Isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Press G to return to the surface.
Now, I don't mean to be great. Now,
There we go.
I'm very
I
excited
pressed
to
it
show you
multiple
even more of my
times.
ideas for the
Where
sequel.
was the ceiling there before? Did you put that on just now? What the heck? What the heck's over there? What's that up there? Alright, yeah, goodbye. Did I already explore everything, or is there more? Is there more to this? Because I'm not sure if there is. New content, the jump circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Okay. Yep. Settings World Champion. Yeah, I think he's changed the button. That's new. What's in here? Huh? Oh. Is that it? Is there more, or is that it? Oh, there's still more? How big is this place? Alright, yeah, after this, I'm just gonna cut the video, and yeah, I'm just gonna, what is
A
this?
common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense
Okay.
of reckless despair in those who played it. Well,
Oh,
I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley,
Yeah.
anytime you're holding the bucket,
Yeah, I
a
see it.
sense of
It's
calm
right there.
and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many
it's right
disorienting
there.
contradictions
Sorry, I'm
of the
looking at the
Stanley
wrong
Parable
bucket.
will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle
I can't
embrace
seem to
of
pick it
jarring
up. What do
cognitive
you mean?
dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest,
please
it's a much more
get rid of
convenient
this
solution
glass
for me
thing so I can
than
pick it up.
actually
if you want me
redesigning the
to.
game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair,
I guess I'm taking
must
this
already
with
be
me now.
sweeping through your body.
Wait, what is
and
this?
in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
I put the bucket on this
I
thing.
think that just
Am I
holding
even
it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a
pressing every
person.
button? I can't drop it.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Alright, yeah, thank you for opening the door, and I guess I'm taking this with me now. Alright, I'm just gonna...
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Okay, where's the thing where I can actually play? Okay. This map. E exit, where's that? E. So I'm at 5. So you want me to go over here? Exit. So I guess I did it. I found it. I was gonna cut the video.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Yeah. Okay. Is this...
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Wait, what? How do I get down there?
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Version 2.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh. What? Okay. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna do a thing, I guess.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
What?
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Dude.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Okay.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
The Stanley
Something
Parable
that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong.
Okay.
Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
All right.
Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was he not doing it?
I don't know where it is. Oh, there it is. Can I pick up the cup and put it in there? No? I can't pop the balloon.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Okay. Yeah, I'm taking this with me. Here I go.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Nope.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Okay.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Alright, what's up here? Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Alright, here we go. Alright. Yeah. This is the Pan We Stareable 2. Alright.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate.
Wait, what?
It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Alright. Oh, here's the bucket. I thought it disappeared out of my hands.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Can I still get these endings?
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Why a bucket? Of all things, you chose a bucket. Hold on. This the sequel is now paused. Hold on. This is a bucket. Dear God, there's more. No. Is that why you chose the buckets? Because of that?
Bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do?
Did you see that on employee
what kinds of things does a bucket want to do?
That logo seems familiar. I don't know where I've seen that from.
These questions
you see that right there? See that red logo right there? You see that? That right there? That red logo?
No!
Employee 230?
He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Alright, well, let's see here.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Alright, turn it off. Okay. I turned it off.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and... What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped?
Oh.
Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
What?
Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Okay. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Yes, the bucket isn't gone. The bucket isn't there. What? What happened? Wait, what?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wait. Wait a minute. Oh, it's another different... Oh, the 2 is higher than the other numbers.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, I'm gonna try and get all the endings, but with the bucket this time.
Figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Okay. Yes, I was above the toilet. Alright. Alright. Here we go. Alright. On.
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
What is that?
Birds. Silly birds. The control buttons became active again. Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
I don't have my auto clicker. Oh, guess that's an ending for me. Woohoo! Alright. So I suppose all the endings are different.
All of his co-workers.
If you use the bucket. So yeah. Yep, that's different. Oh. Large room, lots of boxes, stairs, something to do with stairs. Both red and blue near your fireplace. Okay. It's like an Easter egg hunt. Alright.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Buckets don't have legs. Maybe he could roll with his handle or something.
Stepping into his manager's
Alright.
red mind control
do this thing
facility.
again.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Well,
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were
interrupting me.
knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Yep, there it is. Here we go. Whee! Yep. Here we go.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be.
Well,
To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
is it gonna be the second narrator again?
Farewell, Stanley,
I
cried
knew
the
it.
narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death.
Goodbye. Wait,
It was a shame, the
Wait,
death
there's
of
no
such
Stanley
a
Parable
magnificent
2.
bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was
okay.
a glorious bucket to behold.
oh yeah, my bucket's gone. The bucket welcomes you to the grand exhibit. So this isn't the archives?
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket
Inferno
is
bucket?
far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
The heck is this? So wait, does that mean...
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one.
Me.
It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
The hanging bucket. Can I just... Oh. Wait, there's nowhere else for me to go. Where do I even... What? Oh. All I had to do is pull that? Okay.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
Here we go.
Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we
But
let
the bucket
Stanley
will die
together.
too.
The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Okay, I died. Alright. Is that it? Am I in the void now? I guess that's it. Oh, nope. Okay. Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
Meeting
meeting
today
room.
in the
Perhaps he
meeting
had simply
room.
missed a memo. Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the
Alright.
bucket in his arms again, he was home.
And here we go with the different stuff again. Yeah, we've already seen this. We've already seen this like 3 times now.
Stanley clutched the bucket.
Alright. Now it's supposed to keep going up and down. See what happens. See what's different about this ending.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read,
"No, wait.
Mind Control Facility."
Oh, wait, I forgot. We're supposed to keep screwing around in the elevator. Let's see what happens if we keep screwing.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
Thank you for the response, Bucket. You said the word nothing. Alright. Yep. Alright. Yep. I'm stepping out.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over.
What about the number 3? Well, that was pointless. Narrator, don't say I didn't do it, because I did. There, going back down.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Alright. Alright. Yep. Yep, here we are. Here we go.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet, not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
Thank you for the response, Bucket. You said the word nothing again. You said that word again, nothing. Alright.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator. Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
Alright, here we go.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Wait, did I just screw it up? Okay, the narrator's not saying anything, so that's different. Okay, I don't think I screwed it up.
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. it would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work. For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life. This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one. There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure, and in that moment Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit. Only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Alright. Yeah, I guess that's an ending. Woohoo! Wait, what did that say? I'm sorry, did you guys see that?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
I only had
Perhaps
less than a
Stanley
second
picked up
to
the
read
bucket
that.
and
What did
smiled.
that say?
He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the...
Alright, next ending. Bucket
Stanley and the
edition.
bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred
Wait,
to
is this
Stanley.
different?
Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms.
Okay, no,
Am I
that's
crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come
Where'd
from
the
this.
bucket
Who
go?
knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. Now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
He had to find
the
the
heck?
bucket. He had to return to his old
This is
friend.
what I call
it was
the
the only
double
way
bucket.
to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful.
Wait, what?
Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
Wait. Did you mean the bucket was literally inside of him? Did he just eat a bucket? Did he just swallow a whole bucket?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Okay.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket.
Wait.
Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass.
Yes.
And she backflipped all the way to work.
What if I just allow swear words on my channel and I don't say them? Like, I know HE double hockey sticks isn't a bad word. It's a place. Just to clarify, it's like I remember back then I used to censor the H word, but it's no longer censored. I mean, it's still technically censored for those past videos, but it's no longer censored because I learned it's a place, not a bad word. All right. Next ending with bucket. All right.
To his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was it no? Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Alright, let's try the confusion ending, bucket edition. Please tell me this ending is called the confusion ending bucket edition. Please. Please. Please.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Wait, what?
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Oh, finally, the truck
Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
This is the music from last time, but there's a good reason for it.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
It's as classic now as it was back then.
You didn't tell me that. I didn't know
Let's get them more content
I
exactly
had no
like
idea.
this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
I know that's
Don't
not
you get
funny,
it,
but
Stanley?
still, that caught
We
me
need to
off
get rid of the bucket.
guard. The heck
That's
is
why
that?
I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character.
Brand new
This
character.
is the Bucket Destroyer.
You're telling me, alright, well,
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already
Insert
feels
bucket
as
to
though it's been
destroy.
part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
oh, you turned it
Can
on?
you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does?
Destroys
Surely you
buckets.
don't need me to spell it out for you.
It destroys buckets. Take
Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Put it in. Why am I just hugging?
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality
I'm
trait.
trying, but
Sure,
it's
I
not
can hear
doing
you
it.
saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't
I'm
get back to the
trying.
classic Stanley Parable
I'm
characters
trying.
like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the
I'm
fans what they
trying.
want. Hurry and...
I was clicking and it didn't really. Wait, what? I can't look around. I can't move.
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You
there
had
it
so
is.
much potential.
I
We were
guess
going to
I'm
do
in
such
the-
marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend.
Goodbye.
For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Alright. Hey, my bucket's gone. Don't know why I'm just now noticing that. Okay, I guess I'm in the black void now. Never mind. Okay. Alright.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct?
Yeah, let me...
Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Alright, yep. We're gonna get a bunch of gonna get a bunch of cardboard boxes here soon. Oh wait, I forgot the bucket. Hold on. Give me
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed
Yes.
bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
The most worthy
Stanley
bucket of all
clutched the
buckets.
bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Alright,
Meeting
here we
room.
go.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
I like how the narrator voiced the bucket, or who's the narrator? Something Brightings. I like that voice.
Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how
Nah.
this bucket was speaking, but Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Alright, pause. You cut the video. Come on. Cut the video. Pause. Whoa, there they
Himself.
are now.
Am I sure
There
that the
they
orders
are.
stopped coming in?
There they
How is
are.
that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
No, I heard that phone call. Probably the narrator probably didn't.
Ah, the embrace of an old friend, a weathered companionship that stands the test of time. Stanley clutched the bucket.
A cargo lift, yes. Go there. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Alright. Yep. Here we are.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
I picked it up. Alright, what is this?
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Wait. He's not speaking. The narrator say something. Wait. Wait, is this it? Is that it? Is the game broken? Did I just soft lock the game? Hey, look at that. Look, you see that right there? You see that? 8. 427. I played the demo. Okay. Yeah, to be honest, I think... Oh, there's the bucket. To be honest, I think the demo was kind of funny. My favorite part was 8. Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Press P to take me to work with you.
The Stanley Parable
Where did the
Reassurance
bucket go?
was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Press U. Press U.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Press C.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Don't listen to the loud man. Press K for us to go back home.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know,
I'm sorry, but is that illegal to take orders from a bucket?
upon a time it was me he took orders from.
Is it
Me
against the
he
law to
trusted
do
and
that?
listened to. Now all he cares about is this awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Press G to ignore anyone in your life except for me.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press P to go back home.
Yes, I suppose on
Don't you dare say it, Agner.
closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Press G to relieve this same day with me over and over.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Press J to go to home.
Oh no. I'm having feelings for the bucket. No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps, if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes, the bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
Close your eyes. I don't know how to. You didn't say press. Go back to work, Stanley. Is that the narrator typing that? Oh. Okay. All right.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room. The bucket made Stanley want to be a...
Now pick up the phone.
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone?
For an
Were
ending.
you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket.
Yeah, I don't get
Don't
it.
you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
Okay.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp.
Okay.
After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Alright.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I
Alright,
think
back
the
to the
fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Alright.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things. Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Oh, we're doing this again? Okay.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back.
What?
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Here we go. What?
What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on?
But
There were
it's
supposed
unplugged.
to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit
Don't blame
which
me, I
culminates
didn't
in
touch
this
anything.
scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land, well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the 2 doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my...
Oh. Am I not going to be in the... Yep.
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are...
But my bucket is up here.
...over how unabashedly in love with a
Am I the
you
bucket
are.
now?
No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame? Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see.
Alright. Here we go on to the last 2 endings.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something... Not everyone is so lucky to have a...
Alright, on to the last 2 endings.
Somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him.
All right,
It should have
we need to
alarmed
go
him, of
down
course,
there.
because buckets can't
Here we
talk.
go.
But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
No, I didn't. Here we go. I'm gonna go over here. See if this is any different.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Step in where? Oh, there? I thought we were gonna go to the true doors and then that would be the last true endings.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1.
Thank you for the FO bucket? Studio music.
Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
I should have known because the handle was up.
Item 2. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
How am I supposed to know that? How am I supposed to know that?
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Watch, I'm gonna press the X and it's gonna say, nope, this is a bucket. Watch.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
Is this rigged or something? Is this meant to be rigged? Is this... Or am I just...
Item 4. Is this a bucket? Correct.
Yay!
This is a tractor and not a bucket. To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay, next one.
Alright.
Is this a bucket?
I'm not stupid. Wait, what?
This is a bucket.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know that. I didn't know there were buckets out there that looked like that.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Probably not.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Ha! Okay. But...
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
That. Yeah. I'm not sure about that one. I don't think that's a bucket.
Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course
yeah,
it isn't a bucket.
Yeah, that didn't look like a bucket.
We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless... Is that what you think? Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
No.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
It's like that similar thing to the cake. You know, cakes that look like everyday objects. You guys saw those videos where they cut, like, I don't know, like maybe a cup, and then it's cake. This is kind of similar to that.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go.
Are you going to restart it? Oh.
What happened? Is everything gone?
Yes.
Why did everything disappear? Wait,
it's all bucket.
everything a bucket?
Yes.
Every single thing in the game was a bucket?
Yes.
Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley.
Yes.
You're still here. You're not a bucket either.
Yes.
Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue.
Buckets.
But it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what. I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Oh. something different, or is that
All of his co-workers were
or is
gone.
that the last one?
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps it...
Alright, well, turns out that was the last ending, and I didn't find any of the little figurines, so I'm gonna save that for part 2. So yeah, so I'm gonna cut right to the chase before my recording stops again. So yada yada, thanks for watching. Like Short's channel, road to 500 subscribers, corruption movie, Short's, yeah, Discord server, whatever. So yeah, so thanks for watching. See you next video. Bye.